Hi, everybody. Yeah, I suddenly became aware the other day that I've never really shared how I got into the Enneagram and why I like it so much and why I talk about it. And I really came to know it through one of my daughters that was studying at college. I think she came across it at her university, and she came home and started talking with Barbara about it. And it wasn't very long that Barbara went down to Cincinnati and was training to be a spiritual director. And I think she read Richard Rohr's book to begin with on the Enneagram. And so my daughter and Barbara started talking about it and reading about what number they were, and I sort of overheard them speaking, and they were saying what they thought I was, an 8, is Dad an 8, or Ross an 8, and I, really didn't like, being categorized. I guess I sort of resisted it. And I wasn't that interested in learning about it at that point. I jokingly said, oh, that thing. When I looked at the diagram of the Enneagram, it looked like a satanic pentagram to me. And I thought the only thing that's missing is a goat's head. And I sort of made fun of it. But as they taught more, they asked me, just have a look at this or whatever. And when I started to read it, it became obvious to me that it really was nailing a lot of who I was in some ways. And even the fact that I joked and was trying to avoid it was telling me something about the way I was wired. And really, I found out that a person like me usually has that sort of reaction to the Enneagram, but I already had a lot of assumptions about personality tests. They're things that you do and then put away, and people use them against one another and things like that. But what I really didn't realize was the Enneagram was not describing a box that people wanted to categorize me in. It was really describing the way that I was in the world, a way that I was behaving in the world, and it helped me recognize the motives behind the way I was in the world, the way I acted. And that's a good word. For me, I felt like I was always acting and had to perform, and I was really looking for a lot of affirmation in the way that I was performing, whether it was preaching or teaching or those sort of things. And so the Enneagram began to give me a lot of insight into why those things matter to me. And I realized too that there was something behind the way I was acting that wasn't really necessarily who I was really created to be. And so the Enneagram then became a tool of spiritual formation for me, becoming more at peace with who I was meant to be, how I was to interact with other people. And so I started to use it to form as a leader, so that I'd become more aware of the impact I was having on others, more aware of the way that people reacted to me and why they reacted that way. And so it started a big journey in developing healthy leadership. So it's no wonder that a lot of big companies like Sony and Disney and Hewlett Packard are using the Enneagram for their leadership, because like me before, I sort of poo-pooed becoming self-aware, and I didn't realize the power that it has to make you a healthier leader. And so for me, the Enneagram now has become like a way of navigating a journey of presenting the best of who I am and really taking responsibility when I'm presenting the worst of who I am. And it gives me insights into the way I'm wired and the way that I impact others. And I love it because it really causes me to grow towards what I want to be in my life. I want to be a person that at the end of my days, now I have grandchildren, I want to be a person that has taken time to become wise and taken responsibility for the legacy that I'm going to leave, the words I speak, the tone of the words that I speak, and the impact I have on other people. So this is why I love the Enneagram, and I would just commit it to you and say, if you want to learn more about this, I'll put a link below. But really, it's been a transformational thing in my life, and I invite you to take the journey, and I don't mind helping other people kick off on that journey. So thanks for listening. I hope you contact me, and I hope you learn more about the way that you're wired.